Hi everyone, I'm Joni Saylor. I'm a design principal at IBM. I have a mission to bring human-centered practices into the way our teams are working across the company and with our clients. Thanks so much for the opportunity to be able to be here and add to the conversation. We're on about year 6 of our mission to build up a sustainable culture of design at IBM. In doing so, our designers have begun working in just about every major industry and domain that you can imagine. They're developing out domain expertise in all kinds of situations. And because of that, they've got to understand the needs and wants of all different kinds of users. So whether they're serving the education or students and educators, whether they're thinking about the world of a security analyst, an oncologist, whether they're thinking about new ideas in security or the cargo industry even. The point is that these are spaces where designers really, most of us really don't believe that we would ever be working, right? None of us in our education programs necessarily saw ourselves participating in the business world this way, right? And so as designers, how do we actually be ready to drive change? How can we make ourselves ready to make an impact? And what we've seen across our many teams at IBM is that it's not designers that are the unit of change, it's teams. And just bringing that thought into every aspect of how we work has been a game changer for us. I love this graphic by my friend Seth Johnson, because it really gets to the heart of our challenge, and I think the challenge of the many designers in our industry, right? Today at IBM, we're maintaining a steady state of about 2,000 designers, which sounds like a lot, right? But unless, as a cohort, as a profession, we're engaging with the whole and with the teams and the systems that already exist, we simply won't affect anything, right? So for us, this is really where the value of design thinking as a framework and as a vocabulary that we can propagate across the company has come in. It's given us a way to bridge the gap between the designer and her or his team, and given us a way to align that just didn't really exist before. When we started introducing design thinking at IBM, we brought in kind of a standard model. And one of the things that we saw right away was that our non-designer teammates were viewing design thinking as a linear process, as a checklist to be sort of checked off and then forgotten, right? And so we found that by shifting to this idea of the loop, of a continuous stream of observing, reflecting, and making, again and again, both with our teammates and involving the actual users that we serve, we found that our teams are in a better position to remember that it's called design thinking because you actually have to think while you're doing it. That's a great one from Denise Burton. Okay, and so as we introduced design thinking, we did so really in a project context. So trying to never just simply teach design thinking as a practice in the abstract, but always connecting it to project work. And over the course of a few years, we had several hundred projects happening in the business with designers who are able to coach and lead projects, engaging their whole teams in an approach that involves, human centricity, empathy, understanding, and continuous prototyping. And we found that we were really seeing exciting results from Forrester. So twice as fast to market, reduced design time, reduced development time, larger ROI. And this really starts to get the attention of our business leaders, right? Combined with the project outcomes that we've started to see, there became a large demand for teams who wanted to really learn design thinking as a practice, but also they wanted to engage they wanted designers in their teams. They wanted the time and the expertise of these new people that now exist in our business. And so we ended up actually having to build out a digital learning platform not just because we wanted to, but because we honestly could not meet the demand of our large company any other way, right? And so one of the things that we found is that this really lets us nurture the capability of the rest of our teams over, like kind of in a marketing sense. We can continually be in a relationship and kind of feeding new content and ideas and adjustments to how our teams are practicing and understanding design thinking. Later this year, we'll actually have some announcements about making this learning platform available to all AIGA members. But for now, every AIGA member can actually access our online entry-level course. It's at ibm.com/design/thinking. And so now we're finding ourselves in kind of a new place. We're asking ourselves new questions. What will be the role of all of these designers in our company going forward? What will be our role as a design leadership program? I recently got to have a conversation with Dean Nitin Noria. He's the dean of the Harvard Business School. He's become known for kind of exploring this intersection between business and design and arts. And I asked him, what opportunities does he see for designers to participate in business in the coming years? And he talked about the ways, the current state that many businesses find themselves in and the transformations that they're undergoing. And he said something that's really stuck with me, this idea that, there we go, sorry. This idea that there's a way in which designers, artists, and other creators have given voice and imagination for how to move forward from moments of disruption. And he referenced several ideas from generations past that kind of illustrated this. And it just got me thinking about how, as we're introducing design craft and design thinking methods to the uninitiated in our companies, to non-designers, it can often feel like the end goal is simply to get everyone around us using these methods and appropriately relying on the skills of the design craft in the right situations. And there's no doubt that there's value in doing that, of course. But I think, now that we've begun to, scale a vocabulary for design and design thinking to just about everyone in our company, and now with our clients as well, we can start to see that it's not really the end goal just to get everyone sort of working in a slightly new way or understanding the skills and benefits of design and designers. It's simply a means to have many more important conversations. Conversations like, how might we understand and plan for the implications of new technologies? Designers and design thinking experts, we're really good at playing out future scenarios. We can apply that expertise to help shape a lot of these new business questions and ethics, right? And so, and designers in our teams are actually having the ability to do that right now. They're sort of in the center of those conversations where we really never were before. They're often leading them. And we're more and more welcomed, I think, higher up in the organization and deeper into strategic decisions. And so now we can kind of focus ourselves, not just on ensuring that our peers in business and engineering are practicing design, thinking perfectly, or understanding our skills in detail, but on embedding and just being a trusted partner in those conversations. Design leaders are already finding ways to engage outside of our discipline, to start to demonstrate the power and potential for design and design thinking. Yes, but also to really guide the conversation beyond those fundamentals. Our colleagues across disciplines are really listening when we do that. Right now, I'm collecting stories and commentary from design leaders far outside of IBM. We got started last year with many of you, learning from many of you in AIGA. about how your experiences integrating into business and bringing new practices into the way you're working are playing out, with a mission to really elevate those perspectives and find and advance new themes and new sort of nuances for leading work that matters. So I'd love to hear from you if you want to share. We're looking for all kinds of stories and examples from leaders everywhere that are practicing design and design thinking in business now. So thanks so much.